How's it going, folks? I'm sure a lot of my regulars have expected a channel update video. I told folks it was going to come today or tomorrow, so here it is. I'd like to start this video just by saying thank you to everyone. The last few years of doing content as a full-time job has been a really wild ride. It's been awesome in a lot of ways that I never thought a job that allows me to support my family could be awesome. And I wouldn't be in the position I am today to do various things for myself and for my family if it wasn't for the support of the community out there. So, to everybody out there that supported me over the past 2 years, I appreciate it. Whether it's subbing on Twitch directly or just watching videos, leaving likes or comments, like all of that adds up. But as always, the biggest shout out to my subscribers on Twitch. They're the ones that pay the majority of my bills, and I appreciate them. Um, so, as many of you know, for the last 2.5 weeks or so, I've been on a hiatus from Magic, and I recently sent out a survey to my Twitch subs to kind of gauge how people were feeling about the current mix of content, what their plans are for supporting my stuff moving forward, depending on which directions I go in. And today I'd like to share the bulk of the results from that I think we're going to get, as well as talk about the short term future of my channel here. Um, I'd like to start by saying that I'm something that I think a lot of people can relate to, and that I would describe myself as having a very addictive personality. And Magic just hasn't been my job for the last 3 years. I've basically eat, slept, and breathed Magic for the better part of the last decade. In my last semester of grad school, when I was 21, which was 8 years ago now at this point, almost 9 years ago at this point, I started playing SCG tournaments, and that kind of, put me all in, doing 40 plus hours, sometimes 80 plus hours of Magic events constantly. There's been weeks where I've streamed, close to 70 hours, which means I worked 80 or 90 with off stream stuff. There was a stretch in time where I traveled to Magic tournaments 13 weekends in a row in there, and other various stretches like that. And I've enjoyed a lot of it, and it's been fun, but it's definitely been all consuming. And the last couple of weeks, not only playing other card games like Runeterra, but also just playing other video games. I haven't really played a non-card game video game aside from a little bit of Skyrim here and there in the last decade that I've been playing Magic. And honestly, the last 2 weeks of doing variety stuff with Runeterra has been the most fun I've had doing my job since War of the Spark released. And it's just reminded me that there's so many incredible games that are also stories out there, like movies like Horizon Zero Dawn, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, Psychonauts, to name probably my top three favorite story driven games that we've played so far. And I'm enjoying finding more of those. So I have a PlayStation 5 pre ordered for next month. And my plans for the short term are that my break from Magic is going to continue through the end of November at a minimum, I think. And maybe past that, depending on what metrics and feedback and stuff looks like. So, to share some data from the sub survey, this is the most important question on the sub survey, I think. So, um, I currently have about 2,000 subscribers on Twitch, and obviously, this isn't all of them. We've had about a little under 900 responses once I removed duplicates and people who weren't subbed. Um, and it looks here like about 20% of people intend to drop off if I don't go back to doing Magic content. And I appreciate the support of those people over the many years, and I understand you should support the content that you're watching. And if the other stuff I'm making you're not watching, I don't fault you, and I hope you stay safe out there and all that jazz. But I think 2020's been tough for a number of reasons outside of Magic, as many of you will know. Wear a mask. Make sure you're registered to vote. Vote early. Make sure you're prepared to stand in lines due to voter suppression for hours. But, save America from fascism this fall. And with everything going on right now, I think there's a very good chance that outside of work related stress from the election results as things happen in November is likely to increase. And I would like to not commit to potentially being stressed out from my job on top of that. And if that loses me some revenue, I'm in a position that I can do that a little bit, I think, depending on how much it is. And I think this 20% is a metric that I can be okay losing. Obviously, there's a chance that these survey feedback results don't extend to the other 1,000 people that didn't fill this out. But that's something I'm going to find out. And I think the break from the last couple of weeks has been good. I've been having fun and I felt less stressed overall from my job. And that's my plan. So the TLDR in the short term is that Runeterra is going to continue in the mornings, Monday through Friday at a minimum, with at least 2 decks a day. And variety segments are going to continue 6 nights a week in the evening, Tuesday through Sunday, taking Monday nights off. And I hope some of you will hang out and join me. And those that don't, like I've often said in the past, people don't quit Magic; they just take breaks. And I'm sure I'll be back to doing Magic at some point in the future. But I believe in being transparent and communicating with you all. You're basically my bosses, and I don't know when that short term is going to end. I hope that the people that design Magic can get the magic back into the game, for lack of a better term. Um, and just to get out ahead of comments in advance that I know people are going to leave below, I know they just banned Omnath and stuff in Standard, and I'm glad people are enjoying it, but I just need some more time away, and I think, if a month from now, 2 months from now, I look back at feedback on Magic and like people have been excited and things are been going well for the last 2 months, maybe that's a good point to dip back in. Maybe when Kaladesh Remaster drops in December, or when the new standard set released in January, that could be a time to poke back in. But for the time being, I am going to stick to the Runeterra and variety stuff, which I've been having a lot of fun with. So just to close where I ended, thanks. I appreciate you all, and I understand where this 20% are coming from, and you should definitely vote with your wallet. And that applies to more than just my content on Twitch here. You should vote with your time. If you're enjoying a game, you should give it your time and a little bit of money. If you're not enjoying a game, you should stop giving it your time and your money though too. Don't if your game that you're supposed to be playing for fun feels like a chore, you should reassess why you're really still playing it. And I think being pot committed to things and being invested in something that people don't really enjoy anymore is something that people do too often. And like the last couple of weeks, it felt really freeing for me taking a break. I think there's a lot of people out there as well that if they took a break from things that they're not enjoying and they're just doing because it feels normal or the repetition is tedious, I think a lot of people will be better off. So take care of yourselves, wear a mask, vote Black Lives Matter, all the important shit. Vote for progressive politicians, chat. It's important. Really. You have the power to change the world. Things that are way more important than my little bit of gaming on the internet here. Stay safe out there. Peace, folks.